to Speaking Video Training with SMLONE and Nanyang Zhehui School. Today is only on Tuesday, 21st December 2021, and with me, Teacher Victoria, will be your master of ceremony today. I'm also very happy to see all the trainees behind the stage. I can see that they are already excited and be ready to give their best performance. And I also would like to greet all the audience who are joining us and watch all of us through this live on YouTube. Good morning, everyone. So let me tell you the purpose of having real stage. We know that is the beginning for all the students. This is the first journey for them in the public speaking journey. Through the school, students got the chance to learn public speaking. In the beginning, they won't feel comfortable speaking in front of the public, and through this platform, the school gives them a chance to boost their confidence through public speaking class. They did very well, and we do believe, like SMLONE always say, making you better you. So not only do we wish to have good skill in delivering speech, but we also need to have good manners so we can make an impact in our life. Ladies and gentlemen, the speakers are ready to showcase what they have learned during the class. So are you ready to what? So I would like to greet you a spirit far away from here, and let us meet our two judges today who will give some feedback to our speakers here. They are already experienced in public speaking field and also as SMLONE trainers. I would like to welcome our first judge today, Teacher Angeline, on the stage.
All right, thank you so much, MC. That's such a high spirit. So hi, everyone. I'd like to first congratulate everybody for being here today on the real stage. And you know what? Just like what you have practiced, just like what you have done inside the class, I believe you will do very well today. Believe in yourselves, and because today you are already one step ahead. And so later on, I'll come back again at every session. Last but not least, best of luck. All right, back to you, MC.
All right, thank you so much, Teacher Angeline. Now, I would like to invite our second judge here who will say a few sentences to all of you here. So let me welcome to you. Our second judge is Teacher Kevin.
Thank you, Miss Victoria, for the whole spirit. So, participant students, welcome to Real Stage Speaking Warrior Training. What I can say is best of luck, do your best, and being on this stage too, you are already being the best. Best wishes for all of you. Back to Miss Victoria.
All right, thank you so much, Teacher Gavin, and also Teacher Angeline just now. So in this moment, we also have to say thanks to all the teachers who have supported us from very beginning. We know that some of us will feel difficult to do speech in the beginning, but our teachers support us, and we also need to thank our parents that support us in our life projects, providing us with the best education and environment. So through this moment, we also need to thank all those people that always support us, like our parents, teachers, sisters and brothers, friends and families. So ladies and gentlemen, I know all of us cannot wait to watch the performance of our amazing trainees today. So let's just get started the restage after these 60 seconds ahead. Alright, 60 seconds is up. Now let's go on to our first speaker today. So our first speaker will bring a speech about drugs. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first speaker on the stage, Gilberto.
Yeah, good morning, teachers and friends, and today I'll be talking about drugs. So, what do you think when you first hear the word drugs? Well, most likely you'll be thinking about those illegal drugs. Using those illegal drugs unsupervised can lead to serious complications. But first, we have to know what drugs are. Drugs are any substance that can cause the change on physiology and psychology when consumed. The first modern drug was invented in 1804 by Francis Stunner, a German scientist who extracted the main chemical from opium and named it morphine after the Greek god of sleep. So, drugs can be both legal and illegal, such as alcohol, caffeine, and nicotine, and more. Those are types of legal drugs. The types of illegal drugs are the ones that are not allowed to be owned without any permission. Yeah. Some of us actually consume drugs every day, like caffeine in coffee. It's defined as a drug because it stimulates the central nervous system and cause increased alertness. Caffeine gives most people a temporary energy boost and also elevates their mood. So while using drugs, people aren't good with illegal drugs because they are particularly bad for a kid or teen who's still growing. And drugs can cause damage to the brain and the heart. Be- and cocaine, for example, cocaine can cause a heart attack to even a kid or even a teen. So while using drugs, people are also less able to do well in everything, basically in basic things like school, sports, and even other activities. For because people can also do dangerous things with drugs. If that's the case, why do people want to use drugs? Well, someone may use illegal drugs for many reasons, but often they may help people escape from reality for a while. A drug temporarily makes people get out of their problems and also escape from it. These escapes only last for a while though. Drugs don't solve problems and they also cause more problems for the person they had in the first place. So somebody who uses drugs can become more dependent on them, or also known as addicted. This means that the person needs to take drugs or else they won't be able to do normal things. There are also different types of drugs. For example, opiates are substances that act on opiate receptors to produce morphine-like effects. Medically, they are primarily used for pain relief. So, why are drugs so addictive? Well, the brain has a natural pressure that releases dopamine. When something good happens, like when we enjoy a nice meal, we release dopamine. When drugs are introduced to the body, dopamine is released. So that's why when we use drugs, we can feel happy. Once someone is addicted, it's very hard to stop taking drugs. Even stopping can cause withdrawal symptoms like throwing up and also shaking. These sick feelings can continue until the person get adjusted to drug free again. This person might need professional help to stop, and a grown up can also help them to seek professional help. In other words, we should not use drugs illegally, and I hope you can get something out of my speech. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow, well done, Gilberto. Thank you so much for telling us this speech. So it made us to raise our awareness to the drugs. So now let me invite our judge here to give her impression. Please welcome teacher Angeline on the stage.
All right. Hi. Hello, Gilberto. How do you feel this morning this afternoon delivering your speech on the real stage?
Quite relieved lah.
Okay, quite relieved because I can see Gilberto on how you deliver your speech. It was very smooth. You were very composed. You didn't even stutter. That was very great. I was like listening to someone talking very professionally about drugs. You really know what you actually is delivering, and you understand your content very well. That was why I can feel it through your speech. All right, this is a very informational speech about drugs. There were a lot of informations for the audience to bring home. So, in other words, we learned something from your speech. Very well done. And you also use hand movement to support your speech on some parts. All right, and if I could help you to elevate this speech to the next level, I think you can actually make sure that your hand movement is within your strike zone. So when you are speaking online, your strike zone will be your screen. So the point in using hand movement on the screen is to make sure that your hand is clearly seen, clearly visible on the screen. All right. Just now, I noticed that you were using your hand gesture, and that was really supportive. All right. But some of your hand gesture was a little bit out of the screen this way. Okay, a little bit out of the screen from the sideways. So I think if you could make sure that it stays within the screen, it would be much better. Okay, that is the first one. And the second one is, I think, on this informational speech, if you could add a little bit touch of your personal opinion on the drug itself, it will add more connection to the audience. So you can give your own personal opinion to just enhance the connection with the audience. All in all, that was a great informational speech, very insightful. All right, very insightful speech. Thank you so much. Congratulations again for accomplishing your real stage, and I cannot wait for your future speeches on your next level. Thank you, Gilberto.
Thank you so
Back to
much.
you, MC.
Thank you so much, Teacher Angeline, and congratulations once again to Gilbert. You did it. Now let's have 60 seconds of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. Alright, 60 seconds is up. Now let's move on again to our next speaker. So our next speaker will bring a speech about how does smoking affect our body. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker, Hirani. Hello, Hirani.
Hi, Miss Teacher. Hi, Miss. Am I at the stage, Miss? My laptop is. Nowadays, young girls will do a lot of things just to make themselves look cool and to fit in lady. And unfortunately, this is what made themselves take naive actions without being aware of the consequences that falls and how it will affect their body. Oh my god. One of the most common things that youngsters would do is to smoke. We've known about the danger of smoking for decades, but how exactly does cigarette harm us and can our bodies recover if we stop? So, hello, I'm Hilary, and today I'm going to explain to you how the cigarettes affect our body. So, let's talk about what happens as the ingredients make their way through our bodies and how we benefit physically when we finally give up smoking. With each inhalation, um, smoke Smoke brings up more than 50,000 chemicals into contact with the body's tissues. From the start, tar, a blood resinous material, begins to coat the teeth and gums, damaging tooth enamel and eventually causing decay. Over time, smoke also damages nerve endings in the nose, causing loss of smell. Inside the airways and lungs, smoke increases the likelihood of infection as well as chronic disease like bronchitis and emphysema. It does this by damaging the cilia, tiny hair-like structures whose job it is to clean the airways, to keep the airways clean. It then fills the alveoli, tiny air sacs that enable the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the lungs and blood. A toxic gas called carbon monoxide crosses that membrane into the blood, binding to hemoglobin and displacing the oxygen it would usually have transported around the body. That's one of the reasons smoking can lead to oxygen deprivation and shortness of breath. Within about seconds, the bloodstream carries a stimulant neurotransmitters, including endorphins that create the pleasurable sensation which makes smoking highly addictive. Nicotine and other chemicals from the cigarette simultaneously cause constriction of blood vessels and damage the delicate endothelial lining, restricting blood flow. These vascular effects lead to thickening of blood vessel walls and enhance blood capillary stickiness, increasing the likelihood that clots will form and trigger heart attacks and strokes. Many of the chemicals inside cigarettes can trigger dangerous mutations in the body's DNA that make cancers form. Additionally, ingredients like arsenic and nickel may disrupt the process of DNA repair, thus compromising the body's ability to fight many cancers. In fact, about one of every three cancer deaths in the United States is caused by smoking, and it's not just lung cancer. Smoking can cause cancer in multiple tissues and organs, as well as damaged eyesight and weaker bones. It makes harder for women to get pregnant, and in men, it can cause erectile dysfunction. But for those who quit smoking, there's a huge positive upside with almost immediate and long-lasting physical benefits. Just 20 minutes after smokers' final cigarette, their heart rate and blood pressure begin to return to normal. After 12 hours, carbon monoxide levels stabilize, increasing the blood's oxygen carrying capacity. A day after ceasing, heart attack risk begins to decrease as blood pressure and heart rate normalize. After 2 days, the nerve ending responsible for smell and taste start to recover. Lungs become healthier after about 1 month, with less coughing and shortness of breath. The delicate hair-like cilia in the airways and lungs start recovering within weeks and are restored after 9 months, improving resistance to infection. By the 1 year anniversary of quitting, heart disease plummets to half as blood vessel function improves. 5 years in, the chance of a clot forming dramatically declines, and the risk of stroke continues to reduce. After 10 years, the chance of developing fatal lung cancer go down by 50%, probably because the body's ability to repair DNA is once again restored. 15 years in, the likelihood of developing coronary heart disease is essentially the same as that of a non-smoker. There's no point pointing, there's no point pretending this is all easy to achieve. Quitting can lead to anxiety and depression, resulting from nicotine withdrawal, but fortunately, such effects are usually temporary, and quitting is getting easier thanks to a growing arsenal of tools. Nicotine replacement therapy through gum, skin patches, lozenges, and sprays may help wean smokers of cigarettes. They work by stimulating nicotine receptors in the brain and thus preventing withdrawal symptoms without the addition of other harmful chemicals. Counseling and support groups, cognitive behavioral therapy, and moderate intensity exercise also help smokers stay cigarette free. That's good news since quitting puts you and your body on the path back to health. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, thank you so much for your speech, Hirari. That's very informative speech of you. Now, I would like to invite our guest here to give his evaluation. Let me welcome teacher Kevin on the stage.
Hi, Hilary. Congratulations to finish your speech. And yes, we know more that smoking really affect our body, and yeah, it's not good. What I love from your speech is you bring in your opening, you bring up nowadays young age, many people become smoker, and you explain it very briefly why and how, why must we avoid smoking. And yes, it is a very common topic, but you still manage it good. You did your own research. and I can give some room for improvement for you, which is first, during your opening, it will be more eye-catching if you bring the picture of the cigarettes and you ask the audience, do you guys know what is this? Yes, it is cigarettes. Cigarettes is black, and you can explain after that. It is the opening that can grab audience, that will help them listen to you till the end, because it's more getting the people attention. And second of all, I would prefer that you also put some your own research why smoking is bad, like making a small discussion whether in your family or in your society you see people smoke before and after. So not just by research in the website, because in the website we know a lot, and perhaps you can add more with smoking is not just bad for the smoker, but to others too, the one who smells the smoke. And last but not least, the positioning of your camera. I only can watch till your nose here. Below part I don't see, so you don't move any of your body gesture, your hand gesture. You just keep talking, and the rate of your speed is too fast. That's all from me. You did a great job, Hilary. Back to me.
All right, thank you so much, teacher Calvin, and congratulations once again to Hirari. Now, let's have 30 seconds of silence for our judges to finalize their evaluation. Well, 60 seconds is up. Now let's move on again to our next speaker. So our next speaker today will bring a speech about ocean. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker on the stage, Hubert.
Good morning, everyone that watch this live stream. My name is Hubert, and today I will talk about ocean. When we are still kids, young, we all wonder what's meaning of the ocean. So, the ocean is the body of salt water that covers approximately 70.8% of the surface of Earth and contains 97% of Earth's water. Another definition is any of the large bodies of water into which the Great Ocean is divided. Separate names are used to identify 5 different of the ocean. Pacific is the largest ocean, then Atlantic, Indian, Southern or Antarctic, and the Arctic of and Arctic is the smallest. Seawater covers approximately 361 million kilometers squared of the planet. The ocean is the principal component of Earth's hydrosphere and therefore integral to life on Earth. Acting as a huge heat reservoir, the ocean influences climate and weather patterns, the carbon cycle, and the water cycle. Oceanographers divide the ocean into different vertical and horizontal zones based on physical and biological conditions. The pelagic zone consists of water column from surface to ocean floor throughout the open ocean. The water column is further categorized in other zones, depending on depth and on how much light is present. The photic zone includes water from the surface to a depth of 1% of the surface light, about 200 meters in the open ocean, where photosynthesis can occur. This makes the photic zone the most biodiverse. Photosynthesis by plants and microscopic algae or free-floating phytoplankton creates organic matter using light, water, carbon dioxide, and nutrients. Ocean photosynthesis creates 50% of the ocean in Earth's atmosphere. This upper sunlight zone is the origin of the food supply which sustains most of the ocean ecosystem. Light only penetrates to a depth of a few hundred meters. The remaining ocean below is cold and dark. The continental shelf where the ocean approaches dry land is more shallow, with a depth of a few hundred meters or less. Human activity has a greater impact on the continental shelf. Ocean temperatures depend on the amount of solar radiation reaching the ocean surface. In the In the tropics, surface temperatures can rise to over 30 degrees or 86 Fahrenheit. Near the poles where sea ice forms, the temperature in equilibrium is about -2 degrees or 28 Fahrenheit. Deep sea water temperature is between -2 degrees or 28 Fahrenheit and 5 degrees or 41 Fahrenheit in all parts of the ocean. Water continuously circulates in the ocean, create ocean currents. Create ocean currents. This directed movement of seawater are generated by acting upon the water, including temperature differences, atmospheric circulation or wind, the Coriolis effect, and difference between in salinity. Tidal currents originate from tides, while surface currents are caused by wind and waves. Major ocean currents include the Gulf Stream, Kuroshio Current, Agulhas Current, and Antarctic Circumpolar Current. Collectively, currents move enormous amount of water and heat around the globe. This circulation significantly impacts the globe climate and update the redistribution of pollutants such as carbon dioxide by moving these contaminants from the surface into deep ocean. Ocean water contains large quantities of dissolved gases, including oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. This gas exchange takes place at ocean surface and solubility depends on the temperature and salinity of the water. The increasing concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere due to fossil fuel combustion leads to higher concentrations in ocean water, resulting in ocean acidification. The ocean provides society with important environmental services, including climate regulation. It also offers a meaning of trade and transport and access to food and other resources. Known to be the habitat of over 230,000 species, it may contain far more, perhaps over 2 million species. However, the ocean is subject to numerous environmental threats, including marine pollution, overfishing, ocean acidification, and other effects of climate change. The continental shelf and coastal waters that are most influenced by human activity are especially vulnerable. Thank you for hearing.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for your speech, Hubert. Wow, that's very amazing speech of you about ocean. Now I would like to invite our judge here to give her evaluation. Please welcome teacher Angeline.
Okay, hi, Hubert. Oh, you're talking about ocean. How are you, Hubert?
I'm fine, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. All right, it's great to know that you are fine because the moment you start your speech until the end, you were very calm, and this is a very well researched speech, even with data and information. Very well done on doing the research on the speech because an informational speech, we require research, right? And you did that very well. So well done, Hubert. And first of all, congratulations because you have just finished your real estate speech. And so, Hubert, if there are some suggestions I would like to propose to you, I have three suggestions. All right. The first one is that I think on delivering a speech, all right, it would be even better. You could maximize the impact of your speech if you could give us, the audience, your eye contact. All right. Just now, I noticed you are actually giving eye contact, but your eye contact was on the screen. This is the eye contact on the screen, just like what I did now. This is on the screen. And if your eye contact is on the camera, it's like this. See? Do you see the difference? It's different when we are speaking and looking at the screen and looking at the camera. When we are looking at the camera, the audience will feel like we are actually looking at them. And therefore, it can help you to build connection with your audience. Okay? And to help you with enhancing your eye contact, I think there are several ways that you can do. First of all, I think if when you are delivering an informational speech, I know there are a lot of information to remember and to deliver. And if you think that you are afraid you cannot memorize all of that, that is totally okay with several practices. And also you can actually just take a piece of paper, only put the points on your from your speech and stick it just right beside your camera. All right, not putting the whole script, but just put a points of the information on beside of your camera. It will help you to prevent your eyes from screening from right to left, right to left. Okay, it will help you to enhance your eye contact that way. Okay, that is the second one. And the third one, I think by also that one, you can actually use your hand gesture. It will add color to your speech. When you use your hand gesture, it can enhance and support your speech. So you can use a very simple hand movement when you are talking about ocean, how many percentage you can show with your hands. Okay, I think that will help you to increase your speech quality. All in all, well done, Hubert. Congratulations. You can work on some parts of the delivery. I think you will be a great speaker in the future because you have the potential to share those information. And I know that the world needs more, need you to share those kind of information. All right. Once again, congratulations. And I'll now give the control back to the MC.
Thank you so much, Teacher Angeline, for your constructive evaluation, and congratulations once again to Hubert. Very well done. Now let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judges to finalize their evaluation. Well, 60 seconds is up. Now, let's move on again to our next speaker. So our next speaker today will bring a speech about introducing myself. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our speaker on the stage, Janice.
Hello everyone. I'm sorry if I made some mistake because I'm really nervous. Do you get bored easily? I am the type who gets bored easily when I'm in class or when I'm in tuition. or even when the teacher assigns me an assignment. When I get bored, I start drawing on my books, on papers, on my notebooks, and even on my test paper. This is why you'd find drawing all over my books and notes. Because I get bored that easily. I think it's pretty obvious that my hobby is drawing. And my favorite class is without a doubt art. I like art because it helps me express my emotions, whether it is happiness, nervousness, sadness, anger, and any other emotion everyone generates. I personally think making art is a very nice way to spend my free time. It is also a work that was given, and I often distress by drawing. And oddly enough, I enjoy drawing on my hands. I do not know why, but the results are often very cute. How do I come to like drawing? I have liked drawing since I was a child, and around first grade, I was put in this drawing tuition I absolutely adored. I couldn't go there anymore now because of COVID-19, but I usually attend the tuition on Sundays. It is a reward and an escape for me. After a long week of studying, I learned I learned painting there and made some of my work I'm most proud of today. For example, haha, I'm just kidding. The work I'm most proud of is this. I really like this painting because the lake is really pretty and the sky is also really pretty. Uh, and the second one is this. This one is, I like the colors. The yellow is really pretty, and the trees is really thick. And this is my first painting. It's sunset and have a lake mirroring the sun and the sky. Last but not least, it's this. I like riding bicycle too. I usually ride my bicycle in my home complex or at Brastagi because I have a villa over there and I enjoy the wind slapping my face. The first time who taught me to ride a bicycle is my dad. And when that time I fell once only. After that I kept practicing with or without my dad. And now I can ride bicycle very well. That's it for my speech. Thank you.
Wow, Janice, you have a nice drawing, and I hope that you can keep pursuing your passion, and I believe that you will become a great painter and drawer. So now I would like to invite our judge here to give their evaluation. Let me welcome Teacher Gavin on the stage.
Hi, Janice. Hello,
Hi
Janice.
sir. Hi sir.
You have a very good opening, a very interesting introduction about yourself, and we know more what you love about the drawing part. And yeah, you opening with a question is a very good one. And when you mentioned that you are nervous, I don't feel it at all. You deliver it very well, very smooth, and very nice. Especially I love your body language, your hand gesture. When you take out your painting and you give us the drawing, wow, it's simply really, really amazing. Even me myself, during your age, I even can draw anything. And you give such a good painting, wow, it's very amazing. Congrats. And you have a very good tone, good voice, and it's a very lovely voice. Please keep practicing. I believe you can be a great speaker with that tone of voice. It's very good to hear. And some tips for improvement is perhaps maybe next time if you present online, instead of reading, I assume you are reading, am I right? Yes, I can see from your eye contact, you left to right, left to right. Just like what Miss Angeline mentioned just now, you put some small notes so that your eyes still in the camera and you can move a little bit so that we know you are discussing with us, you are telling with us, and we will feel more welcome to you. So you put emotion in your eye contact because believe me, eye contact locks the heart. That's all from me. Back to Miss Victoria.
Alright, thank you so much, Teacher Kathy, for your constructive evaluation. And congratulations once again to Janice, you did it well. Now let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judges to finalize their evaluation. Alright, 60 seconds is up. Now let's go on again to our next speaker. So our next speaker today will bring an interesting topic about Chinese New Year. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our speaker on the stage, Jaylin. Oh, well, I think that, hi, Jalin. Well, I think our speaker today has some connection issue, but never mind, we will invite her back. Now, let's have 60 seconds of silence first before we go on to the next speaker. Alright, 60 seconds is up. Now, let's move on again to our next speaker. So our next speaker also will bring an exciting topic about chocolate. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker on the stage, Jolie. Alright, are you ready, Jolie?
Yes, I'm ready.
Alright, so Jolie, the stage is yours.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dolly, and today I'm talking about chocolate. Chocolate is one of my favorite flavor, and that is why I wanted to talk about this. Maybe it's your favorite flavor too. Chocolate is a food product made from roasted and ground cacao pods that is available as a liquid, solid, or paste, or on its own as a flavoring agent in other foods. And cacao has been consumed in some form since at least the Olmec civilization in the 19 to 11 BCE. Cacao pods were so valuable that the Aztec used it as a currency. And the seeds of the cacao pods have a very intense bitter taste and must be fermented to develop their flavor. After fermentation, the beans are dried, cleaned, and roasted. The shell is removed to produce cocoa nibs, which are then ground to cocoa mass, an unadulterated chocolate in rough form. Once the chocolate mass is liquefied by heating, it is called chocolate liqueur. The liqueur may be cooled or processed into its two components, cocoa solid and cocoa butter. Making chocolate, also called bitter chocolate, contains cocoa solid and cocoa butter in varying proportion without any added sugar. Powdered baking cocoa, which contain more fiber than cocoa butter, can be processed with alkali to produce Dutch cocoa. Much of the chocolate consumed today is in the form of sweet chocolate, a combination of chocolate and added with vegetable oil and sugar. Milk chocolate is a sweet chocolate that additionally contains milk powder or condensed milk. White chocolate also contains cocoa butter, sugar, and milk, but no cocoa solid. Chocolate is one of the most popular food types and flavors in the world, and many foodstuffs involving chocolate exist, particularly dessert, including cakes, pudding, mousse, chocolate, brownies, and chocolate chip cookies. Many candies are filled with or coated with sweetened chocolate. Chocolate bars, either made of solid chocolate or other ingredients, are coated in chocolate or as eaten as snacks. Gifts of chocolate are molded in different shapes, such as heart, coin, eggs, are traditional on certain Western holidays, such as Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter, or Hanukkah. Chocolate is also used in cold and hot beverage, such as chocolate milk or hot chocolate, and in some alcoholic drinks such as crème de cacao. Several types of chocolate can be distinguished, such as pure unsweetened chocolate, often called baking chocolate, contains primarily cocoa solid and cocoa butter in varying proportion. Most of the chocolate consumed today is in the form of sweet chocolate, which combine chocolate with sugar. There are many types of chocolate, such as milk, dark, white, and unsweetened chocolate. Milk chocolate is sweet chocolate that contains milk powder or condensed milk, while white chocolate, although similar in texture to that of milk or dark chocolate, does not contain any cocoa butter. And dark chocolate produced by adding fat and sugar to the cocoa mixture. A high amount of cocoa solid indicate more bitterness. A semi-sweet chocolate is a dark chocolate with low sugar content. An unsweetened chocolate is a pure chocolate liqueur, also known as bitter or baking chocolate. It is an unadulterated, pure ground roasted chocolate beans. Deep chocolate flavor. It is typically used in baking or other products to which sugar and other ingredients are added. I personally like white and milk chocolate the most since it's sweet, and I don't like dark chocolate for the opposite reason, because it is really bitter. Chocolate consumption has long been associated with conditions such as diabetes, coronary heart disease, and hypertension. Chocolate is believed to contain high levels of antioxidants. Some studies have suggested that chocolate could lower your cholesterol levels and prevent memory decline. But there are also bad effects of chocolate, such as weight gain. Some say that chocolate consumption is linked to lower body mass index and central body fat. However, chocolate can have a high calorie count due to its sugar and fat content. Anyone who is trying to slim down or maintain their weight should limit their chocolate consumption and check their label of their favorite chocolate product. Sugar content. The high sugar content of most chocolate can cause tooth decay, heavy metal. Some cocoa powder, chocolate bars, and cacao nibs may contain high level of cadmium and lead, which are toxic to the kidneys, bones, and other tissue. So next time you eat a chocolate, you don't have to feel so guilty about it since it may also be good for you. But you don't still have to eat too much. Thank you.
Oh wow! Hearing from your speech, you make me draw, Jolly. Now, let's listen to our judge here for her evaluation. Let me welcome teacher Angeline on the stage.
Okay, hi, Jolly. Thank you so much for telling us that we should not feel guilty after eating chocolate. All right, that is a new information for me. And Jolly, I really love how you bring this informational speech to the stage. I love how you explain the terms that might not be familiar for everybody. You explain the term and you tell us what that term is actually for, which give a very clear explanation of your whole speech itself. I think your speech today has given a positive impacts to the people around the world for their life. And here, Jolly, I would like to give you 2 points of suggestions for your improvements. All right. The first one is that when you are delivering informational speech, especially like today, it is about chocolate, right? And you tell us the process of chocolate and all those kinds of chocolate. I think it would be more colorful if you can use visual aid. There are lots of types of visual aid. You can show picture, you can use printed paper, or you can create slides. And for this, I think you can also print paper, right, with the picture of the process, just a glimpse, or if you want to print the picture of the white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk, or any kinds of chocolate and show it to the audience, I think it would create more color to your speech. Okay, so the audience, instead of just listening to you, they can also take a look at the picture and they could imagine it themselves. Okay, that is the first one, is to use visual aid. The second one is, I think you can make use of more hand movements. I saw just now you were using a little bit of hand movement when you were telling lower. I saw the hand a little bit there. It was a little bit cut off from the screen because your hand movement was lower than the screen position. So if I could suggest, the screen position should be lower and your hand movement can be clearly seen on the screen. Okay, to make sure that it is clearly seen, you can make sure that it is on the screen. And to make it safe, it is between your head and your shoulder, so it's here. Okay, and you can use a hand gesture like when you mention milk, dark, and white chocolate. You can use hand movement there. Okay, all in all, Jolly, that was a great speech. Very much information about chocolate, new and fresh facts about chocolate. Thank you so much for sharing and congratulations, Jolly. You're now on the next level and I'll be waiting for your future performances. All right, thank you. And I'll give the control back to the MC.
All right, thank you so much, teacher Angeline, and congratulations, Jory. You did it very good. Now, let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judges to finalize their evaluation. 60 seconds is up. Now I would like to go on to the next speaker. So our next speaker today will bring a speech about my future plans. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our next speech, Owen on the stage. Hi, Owen.
Okay,
Alright.
hello teacher. I have a question for all of you guys. What is your future plan? Hello everyone, my name is Owen Julius Tan. I'm from the House of Luck and I will be sharing about my future plans. Deciding your future is very stressful in my opinion. I remember a few years ago, I would sit down on my bed and be like, what should I be when I grow up? Like, there's a lot of professions that you can be. In that time, I like watching Chinese dramas, and a lot of them includes a lawyer or a doctor. So one day when I was watching a Chinese drama with my parents, I suddenly thought of why not be a lawyer? Since in those movies, the lawyers are really cool. So I said loudly to my parents with an excited look on my face, Mom, Dad, I would like to be a lawyer. Then they laughed at me. And then when they realized that I'm not joking, they said, Wait, you're not joking? Then they said that it's too hard to be a lawyer, but I didn't give up. And I wanted to prove them wrong since I'm a very ambitious kid last time. So I started Googling how to become a lawyer. After that, I saw the long list of laws and I saw that I need to memorize all of them. And ever since that day, I always said to myself that, never mind, I will always listen to my parents. Because like I'm really bad at memorizing things and I didn't even bother trying to memorize any of the laws that I found on Google. So I tried becoming a doctor. But after seeing that, you also need to memorize a lot of stuff. And the 9-year-old me having the fear of accidentally giving a sick patient the wrong medicine, my brain was thinking of this. I think I might accidentally harm my patients. So I gave up on becoming a doctor. Then I thought, maybe I should become an engineer since my dad majors in engineering in university. So I thought maybe I can one day take over my dad's business when I grow up. So I asked my dad in like one day, like in lunchtime, to tell me stuff about his job, something like that. So he said, sure, after we finish eating lunch. After lunch, he started explaining random stuff that I forgot since I didn't really pay attention because it was very boring. But I do remember this though. I kept yawning, and in the end, I said to my dad, Hey dad, I need to go study my Mandarin now. Maybe we can continue later. So he said, Okay. I went to my room, I took my Mandarin book, I sat down on my chair, and instead of studying, I daydreamed. The next day, my dad asked me whether I still want to listen to his explanation of his work. So obviously, since I'm a very kind child, I refused kindly. If not mistaken, a few days later, I watched a video in YouTube about Minecraft. I think the channel name was Grian. His building in Minecraft is very cool, so I got inspired and I wanted to try to become an architect. I'm very childish at that time, so I actually thought I could build a floating castle in the sky in real life, or like a clam-shaped house underwater. Don't judge me. This was when I was very young. After getting motivations to become an architect, and me being more mature now, I started searching YouTube for realistic house designs. Also, I asked my parents to send me to an art tuition. In the end, they did send me to a tuition, but it's math, and I hate math. Also, list of jobs that I'll like to avoid. First is, no offense, but being a public speaker. You guys might ask why. Great question. It's because I'm an introvert and I get very nervous. Uh, it's a very fun activity though. Maybe in the future when I'm more confident, I might reconsider. Second is being a pilot. I'm really scared that I'll crash the plane and yeah. Also, I have a fear of heights, so yeah, that's it. Until now, I still would like to be an architect, but in the future, whether I'll still be motivated to become one or not depends on my future self. As for what university I'll be going to, it's very easy. I'm either going to go to a university in Japan or Australia. Why Japan? Because it's Japan. I really love Japan. I even made a speech about it before, but learning a new language is really hard. So I'm not 100% sure that I want to go to Japan. And why Australia is because English. I'm better at English rather than my own hometown language, Indonesia. Also, my aunt lives in Australia, so I can stay in her house and I don't need to pay rent, which is basically I can save money. Also, if you guys are wondering what you guys want to be in the future, then remember this. Here's my advice. It's better to enjoy what you're doing rather than earning money. Obviously, earning money is very important too, but since you only live once, I think you should find a job that you enjoy, in my opinion. Once again, I'm Owen from the House of Luck. Thanks for your attention.
Oh wow, Owen, very great job. You have very nice future plan. It's very nice to hear that. I also believe that whenever what you do, I believe that your family will always support you. Now I would like to listen to our judge here to give his evaluation. Let me welcome Teacher Kevin on the stage.
Hi, Owen.
Hello, sir.
What I can say to you is wow, 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 and wow. Simply wow for you from the beginning until the end. Your full spirit character, wow, is very good. And yeah, I love you open the speech with questionings. What's your future plan? But please make sure next time you put a pause in it so that your audience have time to respond instead, because just now you just what's your future plan and blah 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 blah, and perhaps maybe you can also answer it, what's your future plan? Well, what I can tell you, this is my future plan. I plan to be a lawyer and blah blah, and you explain it briefly. It will be more suitable. And I love how you put some humor in it, but yeah, you really need to play pause to increase your humor. And you have a very good facial expression in every message you deliver. When you say your parents laugh at you hearing you want to be a lawyer, you even make a funny face of yours. And I love how you play your hand gesture, very natural when you're explaining things. It is very good. You have a good confidence skill. And the way, for me personally, I think it is sarcasm. And when your parents offer you and you reply back as a good kid, I also refuse very kindly. It is a very sarcasm things, but yeah, you bring it very smooth and it's very good. And when you mention your parents send you to the tuitions, finally, I think you can put some humors like, and yes, after I decide I would like to be architect, I asked my parents, could you please send me to the art tuition? And yes, finally, they sent me to the tuitions. But what? It's not art, it's math. Maybe you can play some vocal like that, so it really increases your audience to hear you more. Some room for improvement is, yeah, you need to know when to play pause so you can increase your message. And yeah, we can feel your emotions. Everything's went good. I believe you can be a great speaker. If not become architect, please think back to be public speaker. You have a good in it. Well done, Owen. Back to Miss Victoria.
All right, thank you so much, Teacher Kevin, for your constructive evaluation. Congratulations once again, Owen. You did it very good. Now, let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judges to finalize their evaluation. Well, 60 seconds is up. Now, let's go on again to our next speaker. So our next speaker will bring a speech about Chinese New Year. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our speaker on the stage, Jelly.
Good morning, everyone. My name is.
All right, Jelly.
My name.
Beforehand, would you mind to adjust your camera so we can see your face clearly?
Cannot. It stays like this.
Oh, well, teacher will give you around 3 seconds to adjust your camera so we can see your face, alright? Let me remove you first and yes, give you around 3 seconds. And I can see all of you here are very excited to give your best performance. Well, it's better if we can see your face so we can have what you give, okay? All right, now Jelly is good already. Now we invite back and Jelly, the stage is yours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jillian and I'm 13 and today I'm going to talk about my speech about Chinese New Year. What is Chinese New Year? Chinese New Year is a Lunar New Year annual 15-day festival in China and Chinese communities around the world that begins with the new moon that occurs sometime between January 21 and February 20. According to Western calendars, the origins of Chinese New Year are steeped in legend. One legend is that thousands of years ago, a monster named Nian or Year would attack villagers at the beginning of each new year. The monster was afraid of loud noises, bright lights, and the color red, so those things were used to chase the beast away. Celebrations to usher out the old year and bring forth the luck and prosperity of the new one, therefore, often includes firecrackers, fireworks, and red clothes and decorations. Young people are given many money in colorful red envelopes. In addition, Chinese New Year is a time to feast and to visit family members. Many traditions of the season honor relatives who have died. Among other Chinese New Year traditions is the thorough cleaning of one's home to get rid the resident of any lingering bad luck. Some people prepare and enjoy special food on certain days during the celebration. The last event held during the Chinese New Year is called Lantern Festival, during which people hang glowing lanterns in temples or carry them during the nighttime parade. Since the dragon is a Chinese symbol of good fortune, the dragon dance highlights festival celebrations in many areas. This procession involves a long, colorful dragon being carried through the streets by numerous dancers. Why is Chinese New Year so important? Chinese New Year importance is rooted deep in history and today remains the most important occasion for generations of families to reunite and spend time together. As many Chinese families may be separated due to career choices, education opportunities, and general urbanization, this festival serves as the prime opportunity for everyone together. The celebration is also believed to be significant to ensure good fortune for the coming year and has many religious traditions and beliefs that hold values. Why is Chinese New Year called a Lunar New Year? The Lunar New Year can be used in place of Chinese New Year. As the festival celebrates the New Year according to the Chinese lunar calendar, it is also a common substitution abroad the term Lunar New Year. However, does not always necessarily refer to this celebration as other culture may have different Lunar New Years. But in the context of China, it is always referring to the same thing. The most important part of Chinese New Year celebration is reunion dinner on Chinese New Year Eve, when the extended family would join around the table for a meal that included many lucky foods such as fish and dumplings. Other traditional activities include cleaning house, visiting family members, decorating giving gifts and red envelopes, setting off firecrackers and fireworks, and doing some religious practices such as making offerings to ancestors. Many of China's neighbors who share historical ancestry with China celebrate with festival as well or similar festival at around the same time with similar elements and traditions. These Asian countries who have public holidays during Chinese New Year, such as Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam, South Korea, Malaysia, North Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, and Brunei. As China's culture has spread to all corners of the world, and the nation is becoming increasingly prominent, many countries in the West also have Chinese New Year decoration and celebrations. Celebrations of Chinese New Year traditionally last for 16 days, starting from Chinese New Year Eve to the Lantern Festival. And that's what I get, and thank you.
Oh wow, that's very nice piece of you, Jalen, and that's a new knowledge for me according to Chinese New Year. Thank you so much for telling me this information. And in this Chinese New Year, I hope that we can together with our family because family is number one, right? So now I would like to invite our judge here to give her information. Let me welcome teacher Angeline on the stage.
Okay, hi Jaylin. Hello, how are you feeling, Jaylin, after finishing your speech?
I'm good.
Okay, it's great to know that you feel good. Well, because I feel it on your speech, you were actually telling us about Chinese New Year and you're actually bringing the vibe back of Chinese New Year. I'm feeling happy listening to your speech because it is a celebration. And you started off your speech with a very smooth voice. You have a very smooth and your voice doesn't even stutter at all, even though there are lots of information in it. And because your voice is very clearly audible and it's very smooth, I think those are the quality that we need when we deliver our speech, as in terms of voice. Good job, Jaylin. And I think that's a hidden talent from you. And so, Jaylin, I would like to help you to bring this speech to the next level. So I have two suggestions for you today. The first one is when you are speaking, okay, when you are delivering speech, you want to make sure that your audience get the information that you give, right? As about Chinese New Year today. And so to make sure that your audience get what you want to deliver, you want to make sure that they have enough time to digest the information that you give. All right. And to do so, you need to put pauses at every end of the sentences. All right. So when you crafted your speech, you actually have the speech draft, right? So at the full stop, you have to put pause like for 1 second, 1 second or two. All right. You can pause after the full stop and then continue to the next sentence. Okay. By that, you're actually giving the time for your audience to think, to digest all of the information that you give, and so you can maximize the impact of the speech itself. Okay, so the first one is the use of pause at the end of your sentence. And the second one, because this is about Chinese New Year, it's about celebration, it's supposed to be a happy and excited day, right? And to help you with that, you can play with your facial expression. So at least when you want to deliver your speech, you can smile a little bit to show that you are excited for that. Because I know you're excited for that, listening to the information from your speech. Okay, so you can actually put a little bit of smile to show that you're excited, to show that you're happy talking about this. Okay, all in all, Jillian, that was a great speech, very insightful information about Chinese New Year, and thank you for bringing up the vibe. I think you can only work on several parts here and there to add sparkle to your speech, which are the pause and also smile. Okay, congratulations, Jaylin. I'm very happy listening to your speech and I enjoyed it very much. Good luck on your journey ahead. Thank you. I'll give the control back to the MC.
Alright, thank you so much, Teacher Angeli, for your constructive evaluation, and congratulations once again, Jillian. Now, let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judges to finalize their evaluation. Alright, 60 seconds is up. Now, let's go on again to our next speaker. So, our next speaker will bring a speech about future plan. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our speaker on the stage, Natasha.
Hello, Miss, can hear my voice? Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. I believe everyone has their own future plan, dreams, or things which they want to realize someday. This future may be distant one or short one. Everyone dreams about interesting and satisfactory job with good salary, loving family, beautiful house, and many friends. Hello everyone, my name is Natasha from the House of Luck, and today I'm going to talk about the future plan. I'm so sorry for doing this public speaking at the car because I don't have any choice. I'm right now at vacation. And back to topic. Just now in the intro, I talked about everyone has their own future plan, right? It's hard to think about my personal future plan. Actually, last year or last 2 year, as I can remember, I really want to be a lawyer, but I'm not that smart to be a lawyer. So I decide I want to be a model, but I'm not like really confident to be to be a model. As you can hear what I say, it's always but in every dream that I want to be. Nowadays, I don't want to be a public figure like artist or like other like Instagram or like that. And I think it's hard to be a public figure. We need to self-confidence. In the future, I want to become happy. I want to make my parents proud of me. At least I can buy them nice clothes, the house they want. I just want them proud of me. That is my main goal in the future. Beside that one goal, I definitely see in the future is graduating from college. As of right now, I'm not sure what I want to do with my education or what I would like to major in, but I am confident that I will graduate from college with a degree. Today, it's hard to succeed and live comfortably without college degree. I have many education. I have made my education a top priority and fully intend on fulfilling my goal of graduating. And then I forget to mention, I want to be rich. Last time in the meeting that we trained, I also mentioned that I want to be rich. Who doesn't want to be rich? Everyone want to be rich, right? That sounds selfish, but yeah, I still want to be rich. First, I want to use the money that I had to fulfill my wish list, like traveling, buying things I love, and more. Second, I can use the money for donating to the people who needs it, like kids who can go to school, and more as doing good deeds is good for us. By helping them through economic crisis, I believe that they will need money more than I do. I don't believe in people that say money can buy happiness. I believe otherwise. Nowadays, we need money to survive from this cruel world. Money can buy happiness in my life. I can buy whatever I want and do whatever I want with the money, and it makes me happy. So I choose to be rich. About traveling, I really want to travel all around the world. Hope that one day in the future I would be able to do that. Traveling make me happy, and of course it need money. There are places that I want to travel, like Switzerland, Korean, and French, especially Paris. Paris is wonderful city. If I had a lot of money, anything is possible. I could even live in Paris and enjoy my beautiful life there. So I would like to say my point is in the future, other things won't matter except money. My mom always said every choice I make affect my future and told me to always think twice before you act. And last but not least, I want to send a message to my future self. Dear future me, I hope you're still alive. I hope you're okay. I hope you find many friends and hang out with them. I wish you all the best, future me. I think that's all. Thank you for listening. I hope everyone have a good day.
Oh, wow. Well done, Natasha. I start to hear that you want to support your family, you want to make your parents happy, and also thanks to this school to provide this platform so you can boost your confidence at here. And I hope that you can achieve your dream. And I also do believe that everyone like to become rich. So now I would like to listen to our judge here, Teacher Kevin, on the stage to give his evaluation.
Hi, Natasha Josephine. Well done to
Sir.
finish your speech. And first of all, congrats, finish. Second, I still love your totality during your vacation. During in the car, you still managed to finish your speech with a very good job. Congrats to you. And I love your tone of voice. Your vocal is very smooth, it's very clear, audible, and yeah, for me, I like to hear that kind of voice. It's very charming, it's very passionate. And the way you close your speech is very good with someone's dear future me. I hope you, and it is very good closing statement. You have a good opening and you have a good closing. It's very well done. A full body, everything was perfect for your speech. And for your room of improvement, perhaps maybe in your eye contact. You look at the camera, but it's like blank. So maybe play more with your audience so that we can feel your message, and we really want to do what you in the future. Maybe you want to in Paris, stay there. You need to talk in your eyes so that you need to be happy. You want to live there. You feel happy if you are in Paris. So you need to show. So play more with your facial expressions. Other than that is perfect. Congrats and welcome to the next level. Back to Miss Victoria.
All right, thank you so much, Teacher Gavin, and congratulations again for Natasha. You did very good. Now let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judges to finalize their evaluation. let's move on again to our next speaker. So our next speaker today will bring a speech about nervous. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our speaker on the stage, Sharon. All right, Sharon, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sharon. Today, I'm going to bring out a speech which is quite interesting, and it's about nervous. I'm pretty sure that many of you who are waiting for your turn to tell your speech must be nervous too, since this is our first stage. Same as me. Right now, I feel nervous too, but I chose this topic to actually let all of us know why do we feel nervous. Everyone get nervous from time to time. Maybe large groups or unfamiliar person makes you feel uncomfortable. It is possible that any amount of attention on you may cause nervousness. Whatever you cause may be, nervousness happens to everyone in different situations. In order to combat these nerves, however, you must first understand which situation you make you nervous and what sign of nervousness you emit. Nervousness is often closely associated with nervousness body language. These are different signs, movements, or visual cues that a person will give off. More than likely, unknowingly, when we are nervous, when there is excess adrenaline in the body, it is common for our body to try and find a release for this buildup of energy in any self-soothing manner possible. Oftentimes, we don't even realize we are emitting these signs of nervousness, which is just our body's natural and unconscious way of relieving the nerves we are having. The more aware you are of your signs of nervousness, the easier it will be to combat them. That is why I have listed 5 of the most common signs of nervousness. As I mentioned, there are many different signs of being nervous, and these signs of nervousness and nervousness body language are different for everyone. It is important to figure out what your personal signs of being nervous are. This list of 5 of the most common signs of nervousness may help you to get an idea of what your cues are. Signs of being nervous include first, cracking knuckle. These days, it is not uncommon for people to crack their knuckles. In fact, study shows that as many as 54% of people crack their knuckles when they are nervous. This nervousness body language can quickly evolve into a habit. So it is important to be aware of the moments you find yourself cracking your knuckle. Second, picking at or biting your nails. One of the most commonly thought of signs of nervousness or stress is the picking at or biting nails. Not only is it a very extremely noticeable sign of discomfort, it can also be incredibly distracting and even unprofessional to others. This is another sign that can quickly turn into a habit. So, keep a special eye out for this. Third, avoiding eye contact. It takes strength and confidence to maintain eye contact, which is why the police often use this way to tell if the people is telling the truth or not. If the person is uncomfortable, they will most likely to look away or break eye contact, often indicating they are not being truthful. On the other hand, if someone is able to maintain eye contact, then there are certain level of confidence and assuredness that they hold, meaning they could be telling the truth. The same thing can be applied to dealing with nerves. If you are not feeling confident or sure of yourself, it is much less likely that you will be able to hold eye contact, and people will pick up on that. Fourth is voice tell. There are many different voice tells when it comes to the sign of nervousness. The most common and obvious is a quivering voice. A quivering voice is one that is shaky and may cut in and out. Another voice tell is any general change in pace, typically into a faster speed of talking. Finally, words like and like are crutches that are often used to fill space in times of nervousness. Whatever your voice style may be, these signs of nervousness can be very obvious and distracting to others, but are also some of the easiest to fix with practice. Fifth, sweating. Last but certainly not the least is sweating. It is the sign of nervousness that is easily recognized and difficult, if not possible, to hide or overcome by yourself. A little sweating of the hands or feet may be a natural reaction to a stressful situation, but there is such thing as excessive sweating. Now you guys know how to see if that person is nervous or not. But have you guys know how to overcome your nervousness? There are many different techniques and practices dealing with how to overcome nervousness. The biggest and most impactful technique, however, is simply to practice withholding these cues. If you are prepping for an interview, sign up for practice interviews. If you are preparing for a speech, practice in front of a mirror. Take note of which signs of nervousness you display and ask for feedbacks from others as well. From there, continue to practice until you get more confidence. And the signs of nervousness begin to subside. Combating nerves is all about getting into a more comfortable personal space and gaining more confidence. And the best way to do this is practice, practice, and practice. That is all for my speech. Thank you for everyone's attention.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Sarah, telling about nervous. I do agree with you. With the practice and have a lot of stage time, it can reduce our nervousness. I can see that you already overcome your nervous. Very great job. Now, I would like to listen to our judge here for her evaluation. Let me welcome Teacher Angeline on the stage.
Hi, Sharon. How do you feel after your real estate speech?
I'm still a little nervous because haven't been given the evaluation.
Okay, well, but then you don't have to worry because you did super great, Sharon. Your speech is a whole package of a complete structure, of a complete how do I say? If there is a complete package of a thing that we buy, that's how your speech is. You did not only tell us what nervous is and what is the sign of nervousness. You even gave the solution of dealing with that nervousness. So I think this is a very complete, comprehensive, very well structured, and very well prepared speech. Well done, Sharon. And what I love from your speech today is that the use of your hand gesture. Sharon, I've been noticing from just now, you are actually trying to use a very supportive hand gesture when you show 5, when you show 1, 2, 3, 4. That is called supportive hand gesture because it in a sense it really connects with your sentences. So I think in this speech you have put a lot of effort, and I can see you practice, and practice. So very well done, Sharon. And and one more, I cannot hold if I don't mention this, is that how you connect with the audience. Several times you try to connect with the audience, like in your opening. I believe everyone is also feeling nervous since this is our first stage. It means you know who your audiences are and you try to connect with them. You try to relate with them. And at the end of your speech, you also mention about if you are doing this and that, you might this. So you relate with your audience, and your audience feel like, oh, this speech is relatable to me, and your audience will decide to keep on listening to you because of that. And I think that is one of the plus point that you have on your performance just now. Very well done, Sharon. If I could give you suggestions to improve your speech, I would like to divide it into two. The first one is about your maximizing hand gesture. Just now, you were using your hand gesture and it's supportive to help you to enhance the impact of this hand gesture. All right, you can actually show it directly up to the stage, okay, without hesitating. Because if you show it firmly to the stage, it will show that you are confident enough. Because being nervous, it is very normal for all speakers. Even great speakers, they feel nervous. The difference is that you can hide your nervousness, that the audience do not know that you are nervous. So to show that, you can, you can use your hand gesture firmly on the stage, and it shows that you are confident. All right. And the other feedbacks that I would like to give is this. Just now you actually gave five character of nervousness, right? I think before you end your speech, you can recap your point one more time. So the 5 blah 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 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a glimpse, okay? So that the audience could be reminded once again about the points that you are delivering. Okay, only that, Sharon, only about your hand gesture and a little bit of recap. All in all, that was a very great speech with accompanied by a great delivery as well. So you have a one whole package of being a great speaker. Good job, Sharon, and I cannot wait for your future performances. Thank you. I'll give the control back to the MC.
All right, thank you so much, Teacher Angeline, and congratulations, Sharon, you did it. Now, let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judges to finalize their evaluation. Well, 60 seconds is up. Now, let's move on again to our next speaker. So our next speaker will bring a speech about the importance of a college education. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker on the stage, Valerian.
Hello, my name is Valerian, and today I'll be delivering a speech about the importance of a college education. Being a high school graduate doesn't open up the doors to many rewarding careers as it did in past generations. These days, the United States has turned from being an economy that was once manufacturing-based to one that is now knowledge-based, and the significance of a higher education today may be compared to what having a high school education back 40 years ago provided: more opportunity and better career options. The quickest pathway for many, if not most, people to a rewarding career is going to college and getting a higher education. You may not know exactly what you want to do after graduating from college, but you do at least know you want a career that is more rewarding, pays well, and is something you feel secure in and satisfied with. These factors are why many people invest in college both with their money and time. A higher education trains you in your chosen field, but it also teaches you to understand complex subjects, think analytically, and communicate your ideas effectively. You also learn important skills such as organization, self-discipline, and how to see a task from start to finish. A higher education helps you become more professional and gives you many work-related skills. Since you learn a broad range of skills, you could end up in a field you didn't necessarily study for. This can open up new and unexpected opportunities that might not have become available to you had you not received a higher education. In our economy today, career options are declining for those who haven't furthered their education after high school. Many high school graduates who don't go on to college end up working in the service field with jobs that pay low and don't offer advancement opportunities. Of course, this isn't always the case. There are many high school graduates who have become and are very successful. That said, by furthering your education, you acquire a broad range of skills that can qualify you for a wider range of career choices in different fields and that offer you more room for advancement. Higher education also provides a competitive edge in the career market. We all know that in the economic times we are living in today, finding jobs is not guaranteed. The number of people unemployed is still relatively high, and the number of new career opportunities isn't nearly enough to put people in jobs they are seeking. As a job seeker, you are competing with a high number of experienced workers who have been out of the workforce for a while and are also seeking work. However, when you have higher education, it generally equips you for better job security. Generally speaking, employers tend to value those who have completed college more than those who have only completed high school and are more likely to replace that person who hasn't received a higher education. Furthermore, some companies even go so far as to pay your tuition because they consider an educated employee to be valuable to their organization. A college education is an investment that doesn't just provide you with substantial rewards, it benefits the hiring company as well. Graduates of college who have multiple skills may be less susceptible to layoffs during an economic recession than less skilled workers. And although it isn't a guarantee, chances are you are less likely to struggle with unemployment long term if you have a higher education. During your college experience, you are learning new skills. You are able to listen to lectures and read books that are from top experts in your particular field. This encourages you to think, analyze, explore new ideas, ask questions, and be creative. These allow you to grow and develop even further, which provides you with that competitive edge in the job market. You will also be expanding your skills and knowledge, grasping abstract theories and concepts, expressing your thoughts clearly in writing and speech, and increasing your understanding of your community and the world. The 21st century economy is different from 20 to 40 years ago. Today, the existing market is made up of more architects, artists, designers, healthcare workers, information technology experts, video game developers, and so forth. You have the chance to adapt to this new era and succeed in it with a higher education that incorporates these fields into its curriculum. When you combine this knowledge with actual hands-on experience, you'll be able to thrive in this economy. Investing in your higher education is a huge commitment of money and time. However, you can think of it as a down payment on your future. Investing in your education will help you achieve your career goals and succeed in life in general. There is a lot of hard work involved, but you are preparing yourself for a rewarding and challenging career that leads to a financial security and a fruitful life. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Valerian, for telling us a space about the importance of a college education. So I think that you will go study hard so you can go on the college life. And yeah, thank you so much for telling us that college is also important. Now, let me invite our judge here to give his evaluation. Let me welcome teacher Gavin on the stage.
Hi, Valerian Stacy Chu. Congrats to have finished your real estate. And what I can tell from your speech is it is a very well structured speech. Starts from the beginning, the body, and the close part. It's all well structured, and I believe you have prepared well. But before furthermore, I would like to ask, are you reading?
Well, on some parts.
Oh, okay. Valerie, you have a very good tone of voice, and this type of voice could be a well presenter, in my opinion. You have a good voice. That's why I'm asking whether you are reading or not, because it is a very lovely voice. And yes, you put a research well for your topic, which I know that you research some. You take the source from US, some from different place. It is very good from you. And that some tips for improvement is I would love more if you could put up your facial expressions during your speech, and when you talking about the college education, perhaps you can add with your own research talking about the Indonesia college education so that you have more value point in your speeches. Only that from me. Back to Miss Victoria.
Alright, thank you so much, teacher Kevin, and congratulations, Valerie. You did very good job. Now, let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judge to finalize their evaluation. Well, 60 seconds is up and we're still full of spirit here. And now let's move on again to our last but not least speaker in this session. Now I would like to invite our next speaker today who will bring a speech about self-care. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our speaker on the stage, Fania. Hi Fania.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
Fine. Oh, would you mind to adjust your camera a little bit? Yes, that's very good. All right. Now, Fania, the stage is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Rani and today I am going to talk about self-care. What is self-care? Self-care is a general term that describes everything you do deliberately for your mental, physical and emotional well-being. As simple as it sounds, many of us pay little attention to self-care. This is why deliberately is one of the most important words in the definition. You need to be conscious of your well-being before you can achieve true self-care. It starts from the simple acts like not checking emails at night when you know it affects your sleep and extends to more important decisions like going for a vacation or booking a massage when you feel you need one. Why is it important? Self-care encourages you to maintain a healthy relationship with yourself so that you can transmit the good feelings to others. You cannot give to others what you don't have yourself. While some may misconstrue self-care as selfish, it's far from that. When you pay adequate attention to your well-being, you're not considering yourself needs alone. You're invigorating yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself for the people around you. Everyone around you also benefits from the unique energy and joy you exhibit. Here are some tips to improve self-care. First, pay attention to your physical health. Physical health is the core part of self-care. The body and the mind have a unique connection, and it's difficult to be in high spirits when you are not feeling good about your body. Research has shown that regular exercise increases the level of serotonin in our bodies, significantly improving mood and energy. When exercising for self-care, you should choose an activity you love. It could be a regular run, brisk walking, swimming, or just any other thing that makes you feel alive. You derive extra fulfillment from doing what you love, and it is the love that encourages persistence even when it seems you don't have time for it. Second, get enough sleep. Too many people are sleep deprived, and it takes a toll on our physical and mental health. We seem to have made the maxim hard work place too seriously. We now spend so much time working and very little sleeping. Your body needs time to rest and renew. Daytime naps are also excellent for refreshing our body and improving concentration levels. Third, be a healthy eater. Your diet is a major part of self-care, and it is an aspect you should be wary about. When you ask people about foods that make them feel good, you can answer like juicy steak, man of lasagna, or extremely delicious cupcakes. However, consistently indulging in these delicacies is not self-care. Healthy, nutritious foods are one of nature's best gifts to us. Make a habit out of consuming good foods that build your body. Fourth, identify the things that matter to you. This may seem easy, but it can be challenging to practice. You need to ask yourself the tough questions to identify the things that matter to you the most. How do you want to make a difference in the world? Is the pursuit of material wealth worth the strained relationships that are left on the path? Your answers to these questions should determine your approach to living. Spend more time with those who would love to be with. Deliberately live your life the way you want to be remembered. Keeping an eye on your priorities will help you make decisions about how you spend your time. Fifth, change your mindset. Too often, we focus on the negative while showing little appreciation for the beauty that's all around us. Show gratitude and appreciation for the little gifts in life. Take time to be still and meditate more. If you can adopt a gratitude mindset, you are on your way to achieving the highest level of self-care. 6. Learn to say no. Too many times, you say yes to every request in order to not hurt the feelings of another person. When you do this at the expense of your own peace or health, you are going against the principles of self-care. It's good to realize you're only human and you can't possibly make everyone happy. Saying yes to everything predisposes you to burnout, and it's bad for your physical and emotional health. Self-care has a number of benefits, most of which are interlinked. Committing to self-care should improve your well-being all around. That is it for my speech about self-care. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Pania, for bringing this topic. I do also agree with you. We must take care of ourselves first so we can take care of the others too. Thank you so much once again for bringing this topic. Now I would like to ask our judge here to give her evaluation. Let me welcome teacher Angeline on the stage.
Okay, hi Fania. How do you feel delivering about self-care?
Good.
Good. Okay, yes, because I also feel good listening to you. This is a very good choice of topic, Fania, because why? Because everyone needs self-care. That is why everyone could relate to your speech today. So good choice of topic. Very smart in choosing topic. And also, Fania, because this is a very informational speech about self-care, you gave us tips on taking care of ourselves, and you even gave us some motivation. So I would say this is a combination of an informational speech with a little bit of encouragement. All right, you put an encouragement of telling us that taking care of ourselves is not selfish. And thank you very much. That is one message that everyone need to know. And I think everybody could also learn something from your speech today. And so if I have suggestions for you, I think I'll only have like 3 suggestions today. The first one is in maintaining eye contact. So remember, in online platform, the spot that we need to see is the camera point. It's instead of looking at the screen, you need to look at the camera point so that everybody will get your eye contact evenly. All right, that is the first one on maximizing eye contact. The second one is on you actually has a very natural talent in varying your tone of voice. Having a variation of tone makes your speech colorful and enjoyable. And to help you to actually makes your talent stands out, all right, I'd like to suggest you to only put points if you want to take a look at the points when you are delivering your speech instead of putting the whole script, because when you put the whole script, it will hinder you from maximizing your tone of voice, because as if you are screening all of the script. But if you are talking to us, the tone will be different. Okay, because I saw that potential in you. Okay, so that is about the tone of voice. The third one is in the use of hand gesture. So in this kind of informational speech, I think it's best for you to make use of this hand movement, because you can use this to support your speech, especially when you talk about the tips just now, right? First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. This is a simple hand movement, but unconsciously, the audience will remember the tips by just adding this hand movement on it. Okay, so hand movement is really impactful to support your speech. All in all, well done, Fania. It was a great time listening to your speech. You can work on just some of the delivery, like the tone, the hand movement, and your eye contact. Okay, and so congratulations one more time, and good luck for your journey ahead. Thank you, Fania. I'll give the control back to the MC.
Alright, thank you so much, teacher Angeline, and congratulations once again, Fania. You did very good job. Now let's have 60 seconds of silence for the judges to finalize their evaluation. And gentlemen, this is the end of Speaking Warrior Training Listed Session 2. So dear all trainees, remember, no matter how good our space is, how good the skill we have, but if we don't have manners, we cannot give impact to our life. As someone always say that to be a good person, you need to make sure you have a great skills and good manners, so it can give impact to our lives. So, and also remember what the school had taught us. Thank you to Nanyang Tsuhui School for providing a platform for the students to boost their confidence. And also thanks to all the teachers, family, and everyone. Thank you so much for the support. So let us make this work beautiful from our small actions. See you again in the next session at 2:30 p.m. SML1, making you better you. Goodbye. See you and stay tuned.